We're here in Blue Hills today. We're doing one of our Poolock cover installations. So basically what we're going to do now is we have a front base plate that gets installed on the front over here. Then we level the whole mechanism out. The back of the mechanism gets lined up with these ropes that's running through here. Then on the pockets itself on the sides here that gets installed beforehand, we're going to fit inner tracks that get locked in position with a locking strip. It's these okies over here. The ropes actually runs through here through a pulley system, allowing the cover to close fully. Then a roll-up tube that goes on the center pulls the cover back into the pit area. Okay, so after our pocket installation that you can see underneath the coping tiles over here, we have an inner track that we fit inside there. So on the end of this track there's a pulley that allows the rope to actually pull from the front to the back. So this small part over here actually fits underneath this tile going inside this pocket, and then we have a rope that actually runs through the whole track system over here going around the pulley, allowing the cover to pull shut and then just roll back open onto the tube. Okay, so once we have the ropes going through the tracks, we'll insert them into the pocket. This locking strip actually locks this top part into place, which we just fit underneath the track itself over there, and then we use a rubber mallet just to knock it into where it's supposed to sit. So as you can see, it actually has a nice smooth finish between the tiling and the track itself, just to give it off that finishing touch and to help it to lock the inner track into place. Okay, so getting back to our lid systems, we have these stainless steel brackets that we install on the back wall, and then we also have a tray that sits on top over here. You can tile on them, you can do decking on top of this tray. First thing we want to do is to space it correctly so that we have even grout lines or even plank lines around the pool. We adjust it accordingly to the top of the track. So we'll use the spirit level to get the level from our track system and backwards, just to allow everything to carry at the same level straight through. Okay, so once we've established this is where we are going to be installing, we want to get adjustment on this. We have an adjustment screw on the bottom which allows us to actually get the right level on the bracket. The hinge on the bracket is only for us for leveling purposes, not for a whole lid to just lift open like a door. Once we've got our levels right, we'll make a mark underneath the bracket over here, and we'll just copy this on the opposite end as well. We'll actually shoot the chalk line straight through there to ensure that everything is level and straight. So with this being our hydraulic system, we have a hydraulic motor on the mechanism right here. We're attaching hydraulic hoses onto this. It actually runs all the way across the pit length through a sleeve into the pump room where the actual power pack is sitting. A gear on the end over here that actually selects for opening and for closing. So if the pump is turning backwards, it opens your cover. When it's turning forward, it closes the cover with this reel over here. So opening the cover, there's a tube that we will be installing shortly. That's where the cover gets rolled up onto, and then the reel just pulls the cover shut like a winch. Okay, so getting our brackets level, because we have a slight step on the wall over here, we're installing these L brackets to get it to a certain level, where normally we would just install the bracket itself flush on the wall there. But with the step here, we have to raise it slightly to get to the correct levels. So this we will just be tying in from the top, one on that end over there, and the bottom just holds it to prevent the bracket from sliding down. Okay, so basically only thing we have to finish off on this side over here is to install the bearing side with the tube going in between, where the cover is going to get rolled up onto, then the bracket installation and the trays for the tiling purposes, and then once everything has been done, we'll just come and recapture again.